Good evening, everyone. This is the Board of Trustees regular meeting. It's January 23rd, 2018. The time is 7:30 PM on the dot. This is meeting number 2018-02. Jane, please take the roll.
President Barry?
Here.
Trustee Stalker?
Here.
Trustee Olenichik is sick tonight. Trustee Desmond? Trustee Phelan?
Here.
Trustee Vorder?
Here.
Trustee Streit?
Thank you.
We do have a quorum.
Would everyone rise, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you, everyone. We have public comments as agenda item number 3. We're going to start with Ms. Sue Andrews. Please come to the podium. Let us know if you live in Oak Lawn, and then you have 3 minutes for your comments. You're going to be speaking about the anthem signage.
Hi, my name is Sue Andrews, and I reside in Oak Lawn. Good evening, Madam Mayor and trustees. We are all here tonight because the appointed and elected officials of this village knowingly voted to allow construction of a commercial business in a single-family residentially zoned area under the guise that it was a residential development. In March 2016, Don McKenna clearly identified the fact that a signage variation was required in his memo to the P&DC members, and others, specifically Jack Gallagher, were aware of that requirement. I inquired about the signage during the P&DC hearing in May 2016, and Jack Gallagher spoke about the ARDC review and permitting process, acting as if he knew nothing about the petition required to request a signage variation. Now we are here after the fact to debate why a now-built commercial business needs a 6-foot-high by 10-foot-long monument sign installed on a residential side street so people can distinguish it from the other residential uses in the area. Although the proposed signage may have been reduced 25% to 60 square feet, the rebuttal to the facts of findings justification for the granting of the variation I spoke of at the last meeting before the Board of Trustees have not changed. Based upon item 3 alone, this variance should not be approved, as this unique circumstance was solely caused by Anthem Memory Care insisting they build their commercial facility in a PUD R1 neighborhood rather than an area that was better fit zoning-wise. If that fact alone is not enough to deny this petition, the concern for public safety should also be seriously considered. Anthem Memory Care was granted a front setback variance that places the facility closer to the public right-of-way. Additionally, there are 4 column foundations on the northeast corner of the building, the corner closest to the proposed sign location. It has been brought to the village's attention by another neighbor that these columns extend beyond the 5-foot variance that was granted. The proposed placement of the signage, combined with that public right-of-way encroachment, further reduces visibility, sight lines for vehicles exiting the facility. The potential safety hazard does not even take into consideration any other possible obstructions resulting from the landscaping proposed for the north end of the facility. This neighborhood spoke loudly and in great number when the original special use permit and variation petition was heard in 2016. We participated in the process, willing to compromise, only to be placated with empty commitments and alleged minor concessions, such as relocating the dumpster, right turn only curb cuts, and that Southwest Christian School would not store their buses on their property. We spoke of concerns of the future of the neighborhood from flooding, traffic, and what would happen should either the school close or Anthem Memory Care fail. We were told to trust the village and Anthem Memory Care, and that they would be a good and long-term neighbor. Yet they have already been issued a notice of default on their lease with LTC for failing to pay their rent and have signed a forbearance agreement. I hope you took the time to look and consider the documents sent to you last evening via email, or that you have recently driven down the block to see this facility and how its size and building configuration has altered the essential character of the area. You owe the residents of this village at least that much before setting yet another precedent of allowing a commercial sign advertising their business in a single-family residential neighborhood. Once again, the signage is not for a nonprofit church or school. It is for a for-profit commercial entity. My sincerest hope is that you do not allow the petitioner to brand our neighborhood now as an Anthem community. If you need to save face with Anthem and approve something, please restrict any signage to merely their address in Grace Point Place, preferably fixed to their building, as they were willing to do for another of their proposed facilities. But at the very least, please reduce the height of the sign further so that it's not a safety hazard.
Thank you very much. Our next public commenter is Mr. Chuck Dinolfo, also speaking about the Anthem Memory Center. And please let us know, sir, if you live in Oak Lawn, and then you have 3 minutes. Thank
I
you.
do. Chuck Denolfo, 10024 South Major. Madam Mayor, members of the trustees. I want to echo Sue's commentaries. First of all of those things are applicable, and all of those things are true and accurate accounting of the process that's to this point. My concern actually was more to the setback requirement, a setback that was granted along 101st Street. And that setback was given to Anthem, or granted to Anthem, and it was a 5-foot setback. Currently, there are foundation posts in place that extend that foundation line an additional 3 feet. I have been told that it is supposed to be for a balcony coming off the side of the building. However, there is no access to that balcony, so I'm assuming it's just a decorative balcony. And as such, why does it have to have a foundation, and why does it have to extend further beyond the setback requirement that was already put in place? So my concern is that it further blocks the sight line along 101st Street there, and that it exceeds the 5-foot variance that was already granted. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that concludes our public comments. We have item 4, conflict of interest disclosure. Does anyone tonight have a conflict to disclose with any item on tonight's agenda? Hearing none, we're going to move on to item 5, swearing in personnel in the Oak Lawn Police Department. This is Police Patrol Officer Kevin Lackey.
He's out in the hall.
Okay, could someone go get him, please?
I see.
There's a lot of people out in that hallway, so. Okay, Police Patrol Officer Kevin Lackey, please come on up. You might want up here.
You almost missed it. We were gonna go hire the second guy in the list.
Sorry.
I, Kevin Lackey,
I, Kevin Lackey,
having been appointed
having been appointed
to the office
to the office
of Police Patrol Officer
of Police Patrol Officer
in the Village of Oak Lawn, County of Cook,
in the Village of Oak Lawn, County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
to support the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Police Patrol Officer
of Police Patrol Officer
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
I have my wife and my son Henry,
Okay.
and my wife Heather.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Okay. Chief, anything you wanted to say, since you're right by the mic?
Sure. Just another fine officer that we're adding to the force, and I appreciate the board giving us the approval to fill those spots. And I can't say enough about the men and women that we have working for us. It's, as I say every time I get up here, I'm blessed to have such a great crew, and the village is blessed to have such a great police department and fire department, so, and a great board. So thank you very much for giving us that.
I want to thank everyone who comes out to these, shows support. We must have, well, I can't say how many officers are here, but quite a few, and very nice to see that support. Item 6 tonight is swearing in for personnel in the Oak Lawn Fire Department. Now, I'm going to call the names, and these guys, we're going to just move up across the front. So we're going to start with Deputy Fire Chief Robert Tutko, Fire Bureau Chief David Wheeler, Fire Battalion Chief Vincent Griffin, Fire Captain Michael McMillan, Fire Captain Christopher Carpluck, Fire Lieutenant Kenneth DeVault, Fire Lieutenant Robert Pertil, Fire Lieutenant Scott Ralston, Fire Engineer David Wheeler, Fire Engineer Michael Curran, Fire Engineer Daniel Rooney, Fire Engineer Brian Gudicka, Fire Engineer Kevin Lynn. How's that for a good-looking group of public servants? Okay, Jane?
Okay. This is going to be interesting. All right, I guess I'll.
About face.
Maybe go to the podium
Turn
or,
around or
Yeah, about face.
talk loud enough. I guess I'll start down here. What I'll do is I'm going to read your name and the rank you're being promoted to. And then after we go through all 13, we'll read the body of you being sworn in. How's that sound, right?
Okay.
Okay. Should I just stay up here and I'll kind of look at you? Can't see it that good. All right. Just repeat after me. Right hand. I, Robert Tutko,
I, Robert Tutko,
having been promoted
having been promoted,
to the rank of Deputy Fire Chief.
having been promoted to the rank of Deputy Fire Chief.
Beautiful, Dave. I, David Wheeler,
I, David Wheeler,
having been promoted
having been promoted
to the rank
to the rank
of Fire Bureau Chief,
of Fire Bureau Chief,
Emergency Medical Services.
Emergency Medical Services.
Great. Vince. I, Vincent Griffin,
I, Vincent Griffin,
having been promoted
having been promoted
to the rank
to the rank
of Fire Battalion Chief.
of Fire Battalion Chief.
I, Michael McMillan,
I, Michael McMillan,
having been promoted
having been promoted
to the rank
to the rank
of Fire Captain.
of Fire Captain.
I, Christopher Carpluck,
I, Christopher Carpluck,
having been promoted
having been promoted
to the rank
to the rank
of Fire Captain.
of Fire Captain.
Okay. I, Kenneth DeVault,
I, Kenneth DeVault,
having been promoted
having been promoted
to the rank
to the rank
of Fire Lieutenant.
of Fire Lieutenant.
Start moving down. I, Robert Pertil,
I, Robert Pertel,
having been promoted
having been promoted
to the rank
to the rank
of Fire Lieutenant.
of Fire Lieutenant.
I, Scott Ralston,
I, Scott Ralston,
having been promoted
having been promoted
to the rank
to the rank
of Fire Lieutenant.
of Fire Lieutenant.
Okay. Well, first we're gonna go back to Dave. Hold it. I, David Wheeler,
I, David Wheeler,
having been promoted
having been promoted
to the rank
to the rank
of Fire Engineer.
of Fire Engineer.
Right. Mike. I, Michael Curran,
I'm Michael Curran,
having been promoted
having been promoted
to the rank
to the rank
of Fire Engineer.
of Fire Engineer.
Dan. I, Daniel Rooney,
I, Daniel Rooney,
having been promoted
having been promoted
to the rank
to the rank
of Fire Engineer.
of Fire Engineer.
I know how to pronounce your name, Brian. I, Brian Gudicka,
I, Brian Gudicka,
having been promoted
having been promoted
to the rank
to the rank
of Fire Engineer.
of Fire Engineer.
I, Kevin Lynn,
I, Kevin Lynn,
having been promoted
been promoted
to the rank
to the rank
of Fire Engineer.
of Fire Engineer.
Okay, now everybody just repeat after me, raise your right hand. Been promoted in the Village of Oak Lawn, County of Cook, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations. Everybody has to sign. You can do that. You have to sign. Signed.
yeah. So we're going to just kind of go backwards how you came, but Jane will have something for you to sign as you come out this way. And I want to thank all the family members who are here to show support. Thank you. Thank you so much. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Vince, congratulations.
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 Bob, you're good. Dave, you can sign. Dave.
Hope there's not
Anybody left?
Sign here.
nothing's burning.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Well, let's-
And congratulations.
Vince, want to come back? When you sign it, just turn it over. Then. Thank you.
Chief, anything you want to say?
One more, Mayor and Board, I just want to say that this year, or last year in 2017, was an unprecedented year for retirements within the Oak Lawn Fire Department. We had over 17 firefighter paramedics retire, so we've had a number of new faces come in the organization and a number of new promotions, so we're very happy with these individuals. So again, I'll echo what the police chief said. Thank you, Mayor and Board. We've got a fine police department, and we've got a very fine fire department. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And anyone is welcome to stick around for the whole meeting, but you certainly are not expected to if you don't want to. We would love to have you, but I imagine some of you might not want to. We don't mind.
Yeah.
So we don't even have any students here tonight.
Oh,
Yeah, Anthem Memory Care people.
There you go.
Thanks. Congrats, everyone.
Thank you.
Item 7 tonight is a request to approve the 8th Annual Germazing Race 5K Run Walk to be held on Saturday, April 28th at 9 a.m. May I have a motion on 7?
Motion to approve, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Vorder made that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Stalker. Any discussion? Let's take that vote, please.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. I neglected to ask if anyone was present for that event who wanted to talk about it. Okay, sorry
Mayor,
about that.
not having anybody present.
Okay,
I'll just-
Trustee Warder.
I'll just make the announcement that St. Germain runs a fundraiser race. It's open to any athlete, either run or walk the 5K race. The cost is $30 for runners. There'll also be a kids dash for children at $10. And the cost of the kids dash is $10. All the money goes to support Catholic education at the school and athletic programs.
Thank you. Right there in District 4.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. Item 8 is approval of the meeting minutes for the closed meeting minutes, 2017-14, dated December 12th, 2017. I have a motion on item 8, please.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Trustee Stalker made that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Trustee Phelan is our second. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item 9 is approval of the meeting minutes for the regular meeting minutes, 2018-01, dated January 9th, 2018. May I have a motion on item 9?
Motion to approve. Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Warder made that motion,
Second.
seconded by Trustee Stalker. Any discussion? Let's take that vote, please.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Motion passes.
10 is new business by village trustees. We're going to start in District 3. Trustee Straight,
I
anything?
have no new business this evening.
Thank you. District 4.
Yeah, Mayor, members of the Oakland Arts Council are holding a number of events this season, and they could not be here, and they asked me if I'd make a few announcements, so I'd like to read their prepared statement. There are a few interesting things that are occurring, and the Art Commission thinks they're exciting. They're planning for this year. First, there'll be the second annual snowman contest, once we get some snow. Have your camera ready and take that awesome photo of your snow sculpture and bring it to the Village Hall. A T-shirt design contest, anyone can enter. The winning design will be our 2018 Oaklawn Art T-shirt, which will be for sale to the public later this year. The winning entry will receive a gift basket of valuable goodies. Forms for both of these contests will soon be available at the Village Hall and/or on the Arts Commission page of the Village website. You click the Residents tab. And they'd also like to announce that the Oaklawn Arts Commission will be offering two $500 scholarships to high school seniors going on to study art in college, one for the visual arts and one for the performing arts. That's only open to Oaklawn residents. And again, you can obtain applications from the Village Hall or from their high school, college council. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, very exciting. Okay, District 5.
Okay, thanks, Mayor. I'm very proud to announce that at the Oaklawn Chamber of Commerce installation dinner last Saturday, the Chamber of Commerce chose the Village of Oaklawn as the Outstanding Business of the Year for 2017. Although it's hard to think about a village as a business, we do run a lot of business in the village, and what we do affects a lot of what happens with businesses. Some of the reasons they gave for selecting the Village of Oaklawn are as follows. Probably the most significant partnership between the village and the Chamber has been between the Chamber and the Oaklawn Fire Department. For 39 years, the Chamber and the Fire Department have partnered to produce a fire safety coloring book for the school children of Oaklawn. Approximately 10 years ago, the Police Department joined the partnership, and the book grew into the Fire Safety and Public Safety Coloring Book. Through the generosity of many Oaklawn Chamber members, we have been proud to produce a vehicle that helps the children with the vital importance of fire safety and public safety. The Fire Department has very generously taken on the task of distributing these books to each and every kindergarten through fourth grade student in the Oaklawn schools. Not only does it teach our children the importance of fire and public safety, it allows them to have fun at the same time. The Fire Department has also helped with our spring into summer events and has hosted informative and entertaining luncheons for the Chamber at the firehouse. In addition to partnering with the Chamber for the Fire Safety and Public Safety Coloring Book, the Oaklawn Police Department has assisted the Chamber with spring into summer and Shop Oaklawn events. Each year, the Police Department also presents informative and entertaining safety tips and business awareness guidance for the Chamber luncheon. Public Works Department. Under the leadership of Public Works Director Steve Barrett, Public Works has come to the aid of the Chamber in many ways. They have been instrumental in helping with such events as Spring into Summer, Shop Oaklawn, and the installation of streetlight banners as part of our banner program. None of these things could be successful and rewarding as they are without the Public Works. To be blunt, Gerald Ciccarillo, Street Division Manager, is great. He and his team have always been there when we need them, and often they anticipate our needs. Roger Minnis, Public Works and Building Grounds Manager, is a tremendous help to Julie. That's Julie Miller, the Chamber Executive Director, and a tremendous asset and benefit to every resident in the Village of Oaklawn. He is always available routinely, goes above and beyond the call of duty. And in Roger's case, always means always. He starts his day well before the sun rises and finishes well after dark. Steve Radis, Business Development Coordinator, is a true friend of the Chamber. When things need to get done, Steve is there to ask what you need and when you need it. He is a help in business recruitment, chamber recruitment, and chamber events. Jane Quinlan, Village Clerk, is a longtime supporter of Oaklawn Chamber. She helps whenever needed, from attending our chamber meetings to posting the events on the village marquee. She's always there for the chamber and the community. Jane and her husband have been members of the chamber for years. Larry Deegan's role as village manager speaks for himself. Whenever there is a need, he is always available, and his experience and insight, whether in the connection with the new development or the protecting of his existing businesses, have benefited all of us on a daily basis. Larry is truly a friend to small business. Last but not least, Dr. Sandra Burry, village president, or mayor as most of us know her, has been a longtime chamber member and one of the staunchest advocates and supporters of small business we have had in a long time. She's been ceaseless in her support of the chamber events and unflappable in her support and encouragement of small business. Like any municipality, the village is complex, evolving, and always a growing body, with more moving parts and behind-the-scene people than we could ever know. We know that we could never begin to name all the people who have helped and contributed to the chamber throughout the years. To everyone here tonight and everyone who shows up every morning to do their work in the village, who may not have their names on the doors or on their trucks, we are grateful to each and every one of you. We are so proud of the fire department, the police department, public works, and everyone who works for the village. We are forever grateful to be part of this town and the partnership we have with the entire village. And for that reason, we are proud to present the 2017 Outstanding Chamber Member Award to the Village Oak Lawn. I just want to make a few comments about the Chamber of Commerce and the Local Business Support and Development Commission, which I'm a member and staff liaison to. We have worked so closely with the Chamber, and I think that's part of the reason why we've gotten this award. The two groups working together can do so much more than either one of us could have done on our own, and I'm truly thankful for the work the Chamber has done, and I'm appreciative of this award. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Vorder?
Yeah,
just
first off,
comment?
I want to congratulate you, Bud, for the good work you're doing as our representative with the chamber. And some interesting facts I learned at the event on Saturday night at the Hilton is that while the chamber has gone out of business in Worth and Chicago Ridge, Oak Lawn's Chamber of Commerce has never been bigger. I think they said that they've reached 375 members of the Oak Lawn Chamber. It speaks to the economic vitality of this community. I just wanted to make that point, Bud, and you're part of
you.
making that a success.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Any other comments, Bud?
No, that's it. Thank you. Took enough time.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking time at this meeting to recognize those unsung heroes in our village, like our public works staff and Roger and Steve and Chick.
And the Chamber did it first.
Yeah.
So I'm just repeating their
Yeah,
comment.
so.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time to do that.
Yeah.
District 6.
Nothing this evening.
Okay, thank you. We're going to move on then to item 11, Village Manager's Report.
No additional items, Mayor.
Thank you. Item 12 is consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are routine or have been brought forward at the direction of the Board of Trustees, will be enacted with one motion. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Item 12A is ordinance 180204. That is an ordinance amending Title I, Chapter 19, Section 4, entitled Duplication Costs pertaining to public record reproduction costs. 12B is ordinance 180205, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of one 2018 Ford F-550 dump truck with Monroe Snowfighter upfitting from Hawk Ford. 12C is ordinance 180206, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of one 2018 S595 T4 Bobcat skid steer loader from Atlas Bobcat. 12D is a request to approve the Planning and Development Commission referral for Anthem, Grace Point, special use to install a monument sign in an R1 residential zoning district. This is a 8-0 vote to approve petition 2017-19. Matthew Stoffergen is the petitioner in District 3. 12E is ordinance 180207, an ordinance granting a special use to allow for the installation of a monument sign with lighting at 5701 West 101st Street. Matthew Stoffergen is the petitioner. 12F is Resolution 180204, resolution authorizing the disposal of one vehicle seized by the Village of Oak Lawn by auction. 12G is Resolution 180205, a resolution to initiate disciplinary proceedings pursuant to Title III, Chapter 1, Section 6 of the Oaklawn Village Code, and to appoint K. Austin Zimmer of Delgado Law Group LLC as hearing officer. So that is item 12. I may have a motion on item 12.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Trustee Phelan made that motion, seconded by Trustee Stalker. Any discussion? Trustee Straight.
Yes, Mayor. I'd like to remove items 12D and 12E for discussion.
Okay, we have 12D and 12E removed. Is there a request to remove those? Is there a second? Well, I guess we don't need the second. Yeah, okay.
Item B as well.
Item B like boy, okay. So we are removing 12B, 12D like David, 12E. Any others? Okay, let's vote then on the balance of item 12, excluding B, D, and E. We had a motion and a second. Let's call the roll.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Straight?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, this brings us to 12B. This is ordinance 180205, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of one 2018 Ford F-550 dump truck with Monroe Snowfighter upfitting from Hawk Ford. May I have a motion on 12B?
I have a discussion item.
Okay, so we need a motion and a second before discussion. So,
Motion to approve.
thank you. Trustee Stalker made that motion, seconded by Trustee Vorder, and Trustee Phelan, you have the floor.
Yes, I just want to make sure, I know Brian's not, oh, he is here. Nowhere is it talk about a lease in this particular item. I presume it's going to be leased?
Well, this is one, and we don't have a lease in place right now, Tom, because we're trying to pay that down.
Yeah.
Using the capital fund, so it's being funded by our utility tax.
Okay, and again, I don't want to beat this to death, but it goes back to the issue of useful life of the things we buy and the fact that our budgets are stretched so thin. I thought there was a general understanding. Unless that's changed, I don't understand why this would differ from the Bobcat below it, so to
Well,
speak.
I guess we should talk about this in the finance committee. We were trying not to incur debt,
Yeah,
so, as part of the funding policy for pensions.
okay. And you, I think you understand my point on that though, Bri. You know, when you're buying a piece of equipment that's gonna last for 15 or 10 or whatever years, and the people who live here now are paying for it in real today dollars, but yet the people over the next 10 years get the benefit, you know, especially with rates being as low as they are. I understand the idea of not taking on debt, but we also have holes in our budget to begin with, so.
We can look at putting another lease line in place.
So are you making a motion then to postpone the vote on this, or to
Why don't we
change
table it
the,
until February 13th?
Yeah, if we could do that, I just want a better understanding if we've changed the overall approach.
okay, so Tom, are you making the motion
Motion
to
to
table
table.
it
I'll
until
second.
February 13th, made by Trustee Phelan, seconded by Trustee Vorder? Any further discussion? Let's call that vote, please. This is motion to table, 12B like boy.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Straight?
Yes.
Thank you. This brings us to 12D, like David, a request to approve the Planning and Development Commission referral for Anthem, Grace Point, special use to install a monument sign in R1 Residential Zoning District. This was an 8-0 vote to approve petition 2017-19. Matthew Stoffergen is the petitioner in District 3. May I have a motion on 12D, like David?
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Trustee Vorder made that motion,
Second.
seconded by Trustee Stalker. Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor.
Trustee
Thank you,
Straight.
Mayor.
Uh-huh.
First of all, I would like to acknowledge the residents that have been coming to these meetings, to public hearings, to committee meetings, in particular Sue Andrews, Chuck Donalfo, and others. And it's been a long road. They've been here to essentially to protect the residential character of their neighborhood. And I certainly applaud them and appreciate what they've done. Sue had sent over some additional documents to all of us regarding some financial issues with Anthem. And I'm wondering, Mayor, if you've had a a chance to take a look at those and have any comment about whether or not that those warrant concern for us.
I don't feel comfortable commenting on those.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other comments? Okay, let's call the vote. This is on 12D like David.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
No.
Motion passes 3-1.
12E, ordinance 180207, an ordinance granting a special use to allow for the installation of a monument sign with lighting at 5701 West 101st Street. Matthew Stoffergen is the petitioner. May I have a motion on 12E?
Motion to approve, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Vorder made that motion,
Second.
seconded by trustee Stalker. Any discussion here? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
No.
Okay.
Passes 3-1.
Thank you. This brings us to item 13, Village Clerk's Report. Jane?
Approval of semi-monthly disbursements number 2018-02D dated January 23rd, 2018, in the amount $2,161,871.89.
Thank you. May I have a motion on item 13A?
Motion to pay the bills, Mayor.
Thank you, trustee Vorder. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, trustee Stalker. Any discussion? Let's call that vote.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
That's it.
General village matters, okay. This brings us on to Village President's Report. Item 14A, Arts Commission appointments. Do you need these separately, or is a group okay?
As a group's fine.
Okay. Council says group is fine. These are replacing people who have resigned or moved on. Nicole Wetzel, Ginsey Harton, and James Walsh, who will be the student member. May I have a motion, please, on 14A?
Motion to approve, Mayor.
Thank you, trustee Vorder. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, trustee Stalker. Any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. We're going to move on to item 15, Executive Session 2018-02, for the purpose of discussing number 1, pending litigation, number 2, probable or imminent litigation, number 3, collective negotiating matters, and 4, reviewing for the approval of closed meeting minutes 2018-01, dated January 9th, 2018. May I have a motion on 15, please?
Motion to go into executive session.
Thank you. Trustee Vorder made that motion. Second.
Second.
Trustee Stalker, any discussion? Let's call that vote, please.
Trustee Stalker?
Yes.
Trustee Phelan?
Yes.
Trustee Vorder?
Yes.
Trustee Streit?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, thank you. For those of you who are here for a class or need something signed,